3, 2, 1.
Now, stand back for your own safety.
It's time for Chewing on the Wire Radio, losers.
No, God! No,
Hey,
God!
no biting.
No,
Hey,
no!
no biting. Okay? You want me to bite you? You know that hurts, Daddy. I told you, silly. No biting, okay?
Alrighty, welcome back, everyone, to another episode. Happy weekend, welcome back to another episode. Chewing on the Wire Radio. Before I get started and really go on with what we're talking about here today, I forget sometimes. This was just a thing that just happened, so now it's on my mind. I forget sometimes that people don't just, travel on a whim like I do, whether it be for work or pleasure. And I'm slowly but surely, for lack of a better term, for lack of a better word, transitioning people. Because I have two separate, friend groups or, friend in relationship groups. Two separate relationships that I'm friends with the people in, however you would word that just fried my brain if you are watching on camera and just saw my eyes roll in the back of my head trying to explain that. But regardless, neither of those groups, from what I understand, from what they've told me, from my point of view, neither of those groups really do much traveling like I do, to say the least. And they were both more recently planning on doing some. I haven't asked what one of them was. One of them I found out and I'm about to tell you about because kind of made fun of them for. I haven't. I don't know where they're going. I don't need to know. All that I need to know is that I think I happily transitioned both of them, and they are trying it out because I've taken both of them, in a sense, planned and executed longer trips to other places they haven't been type of thing. And then a couple weeks later, it seems like they're planning their own thing. That's a successful transition to me. That's what it's all about here. Because I constantly have people that I talk to and stuff that are like, oh, I'm bored, there's nothing on. And I'm like, nothing going on. And I'm like, go to Columbus, see a local band or something. It's nothing going on here. There's a whole different crowd of stuff. There's a whole different sports teams, different entertainment, whatever. 2 hours away on the dot. Go, or maybe Pennsylvania, Buffalo, New York, or a whole nother. Go to New York, go to Western New York, and go explore the woods. And they're like, I don't have time to plan a trip out of state. And I'm like, dude, dog, get on 90 and just drive up there. You don't. This isn't a. I don't have time to plan things. Just go see what's up there and book a hotel or something. But I think they're finally getting it because the story that I'm telling you, the reason I'm bringing this up is because in how I forget that people don't travel like I do, one of my buddies and his girlfriend, Zach, and then I don't want to give her name away. Not really part of this, however it is. But they were over and she was looking up how to get to Louisville, Kentucky. They're going to Louisville this weekend, I guess. And she's looking up stuff, unfathomable stuff to me, should we get Easy Pass? Should we get this, that, and the other thing? And this is where it hit me that people don't like travel like I do, because it's like, dog, 71 South, or just 71, starts in Cleveland and ends in Louisville. If you get on 71 South where we live, take it until you see a sign that says, in the same signs in Cleveland, but take it south until you see a sign that says 71 ends in 2 miles. Then take that exit in 2 miles, and you are in downtown, the city center of Louisville, Kentucky. And that, like, blew her mind, like, oh, thank you. Like, oh, yeah, no, it's like, and I don't mean to make fun of anyone. That's why I'm trying to share my experience of doing these things, showing you how easy travel is, showing you how inexpensive travel is. But then it's like, I want to transition you into the regular traveler, such as myself. But then seeing some things y'all look up is like, have you ever opened a map before? That, I think, is all I got to say about that. So, with that being said, again, I just used that as my entire first segment, so it's already time to send you to a break. So why don't we find something fun, something that'll get people excited here, maybe something whimsical, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so speaking of music, maybe not necessarily fun, fun and whimsical, but just music in general. Spotify dropped this, I believe, because it's their 20-year anniversary. If I'm hearing this, seeing it, I don't remember what year they came out, but regardless, because I believe it's their 20-year anniversary, they dropped this your all-time top songs slash your all-time streaming playlist you could save. So of course I looked at mine because I'm always driving around, I'm always doing my thing listening to this. And the whole point of it is like it saves, it makes a playlist of these songs you have listened to the most. And then in this particular one, normally if you just make your own playlist, you can see all the songs in the order and blah blah blah. This one that they made has another bar underneath where you can see how many times you listen to this song, because that's the point of the playlist. I don't know where. This might sound kind of dumb because I feel like they tell you where. I don't know where they're getting these numbers from. Or, like, slash, I think that it's like if you start a playlist, like for example, let's say I want to go listen to The Who, and I just click play. And every time I go to The Who profile and click play, Baba O'Reilly plays first. Then I think it, like, because you do that constantly, it adds Baba O'Reilly as like a top song you listen to, even if you like immediately skip it. And I think that's what's happening because half this playlist is just crap I hate. Like, for example, I am a fan of the band The Who, but Baba O'Reilly, over 100 listens. That song is so ungodly overplayed, I haven't listened to it once and I don't ever want to listen to it again. Not a fan of it. Buddy Holly by Weezer. Again, a Weezer fan. Song so overplayed, overblown. Everyone, the whole riff thing. Haven't listened to it once. 100 streams. Like, I don't know where they're getting these numbers from, because these are not songs I would have ever clicked on. Then there's some songs that, like, I do really like listening to that are kind of deep tracks from an artist, such as Your Dogs by Ben Folds, and then another artist that composed it and all that stuff. That only has 70 streams. This is what I'm saying. This bears the question as to where are these numbers coming from, and I think the only reasonable answer is quite literally you go like because sometimes I know I like a band but I don't know what I'm in the mood to listen to, so if you just go on their profile and click play, or maybe just in your liked songs, if it was something that was ever saved there, and you click play on your liked songs, and Spotify just picks the same song to start with every time. I think it throws that, like I think it counts that as a listen, and that it has to throw that into your top songs now all of a sudden. Because like, and I just went over a couple of them that I saw in the middle, but like half of these, let me go back towards the top. I don't know. I didn't investigate this too much, but the top seems pretty legit. I don't know, I guess it's just towards the middle. Maybe I just don't listen to that much, like, variety. I listen to a bunch of different genres, gosh. We have everything from, like, Green Day to Ghost to Stephen Page to Oingo Boingo. Like, it's all over the place. But there's just some in here where it's like... And even 115 streams on the Spirit of Radio. Like, again, a Rush fan, but I don't think that's the song. Like, I'm more of a anything off of Signals type of thing. So it's just, again, like, these just seem incorrect. 109 streams on Sixpence None the Richer. Some of these I feel like when I was sharing an account with Scott or something, because I know in 2019 when we did that big van road trip that everyone here knows about if you've been to our website, some of it was like his stims from that year. I can tell you that much, but it's just another weird thing to me. That's just another odd. I don't know where these numbers come from. I don't think I know more than one song on Sixpence from Sixpence. I can't say it. I don't think I know another song other than that Kiss Me song from Sixpence None the Richer. But it says between two songs I have over 100 streams. I don't know where these numbers are coming from. But for as lucky as you guys potentially thought you were, thinking that that was going to be the end of me complaining today, you are wrong. I have at least one more thing without even going down every bullet point in my notes that I can just remember that I was going to complain about. So, something you may have heard me kind of discuss slash talk about if you have me on Snapchat or a lot just on like any social media is the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I thought it would be funny as hell for them to just lose, or a mix between that and then a mix between I just haven't been paying much attention to them. It's a weird middle ground of I'd love for Cleveland to win something else. But then it's just I've fallen off the horse when it comes to basketball. And a mix of that and then what I have to complain about now, the entire disarray of downtown, now that they've torn a parking garage down, I think made another parking lot into like a community forward basketball court, which normally I would love. And normally that's what we talk about on the show, and maybe we even will talk about once we hit the Cleveland Cavaliers clubhouse correspondence segment here. But there is just not enough room in the Gateway District when they're removing everything for whatever reason they have, for us to be having two events like this. And this is coming from the point of view of a Cleveland Guardian season ticket holder. Alright. There are certain games I very much enjoy going to because they might be a weekday game or earlier game on the weekend, like sometimes on Saturday or Sunday they'll have like a noon game instead of a 1, instead of a 6 p.m. And then you can't get down there. Luckily, I think I have like the parking pass because it's part of my account because I'm a season ticket holder and all that. But because they took that other parking garage across the street down, because they paved over the lot that was like a parking surface lot next to that old garage that they took down. There is just, as much as you want to argue, as much as I've seen people on social media arguing, whether it be with me or someone else, there is nowhere to park downtown in that area that's not at least 2 miles away. Then on top of that, on top of this wonderful, we're going to take down all of our parking garages and parking lots and not tell anyone. We're also going to host a playoff game at the same time as a home Guardians game. And then no one can park. Or it seems like, I'm not sure. This isn't for fact. I don't know. I could be wrong with this. It seems like host the NBA playoff game at the same time as the MLB regular season game. And then, particularly because it's an NBA playoff game, give those people, regardless if they are suites, season tickets, single game tickets, give those people priority. And then so basically, it's like wondering why people don't come to Guardians games on, early Monday evening. Well, perhaps it's because you don't let us put our car anywhere. It's just this whole, I just hate it. And the same thing has happened with Monsters playoff games also, believe it or not. Because again, they have one parking garage now, and it's just overly packed. Like, I wish there was some way, I know it's like weird with the schedules, or I don't know if they can change or fluctuate one schedule because it kind of came out before the other. But like, they really gotta like switch that around. That's just something I hate. I just gotta complain about that. And that's every time they send me one of those fan surveys. It's me in a jersey, whoever the Cavs are playing, wearing that jersey, filling it out, talking about how we have to have a better situation going forward with this, because this is just horrible. That's my one Karen moment of the day, because that is really dumb. And then it's, again, a mix between as much as it would be sweet to see the city of Cleveland finally win something else, because I'm not too hip to basketball nowadays because of how just ungodly the game's been getting. Kind of wish the Cavs would just lose. Like, just lose more 2 games against the Knicks here. We can be done. We can be done. Almost June. Basketball's good. Done with basketball. Thank you guys, though. And, I hope maybe in the future we could fix the schedule and they can win an NBA championship. Because 2016 was super fun. Both teams doing super well. But guess what wasn't super fun? Attending either series. Oh, I said series, like in baseball or basketball, and my Siri went off. That was That was funny. Thank God I didn't say some crazy call, 9 blank blank. I don't want to say it in case the Siri comes back on. But with that being said, I got to send you to another break. So I'll be right back. Alright, so before I let y'all on to greener pastures, there is something I have to say about something we talked about last week-ish. So we were talking about how 21 Pilots is now playing at the Ohio State Football Stadium, SHU, as it's called. If you haven't gotten tickets yet, you may not want to. So the pre-sale happened way early yesterday, like at 9 in the morning, maybe the 21st. Uh, from what I saw, from what people were posting, 121 million people were in line in front of the person that sent me this picture, that showed me this picture. And then now tickets are at a mundane $614 each because they were all, bought up, sold out, and Now people are reselling them. Of course, they all say verified resale ticket, 614 even for the worst seat at the top of the stadium all the way in the back. Well, here's the thing though. Don't buy them. Everyone is complaining about they're so expensive, I can't afford them, I can't keep doing this is a word that I can't keep doing this for concerts. Well, here's the thing. Ever since Ticketmaster was sued, whenever that was, however long ago that was, and they even kind of did this a little bit, but obviously not as much before that whole lawsuit about overcharging people and all that crap. They have a team of people, both them and the artist, usually when it comes to the official ticket marketplace, have a band of people that kind of track the ticket price. And if it does get too absolutely insane, they will shut it all down for a period of time and kind of restart with a cap and a limit, at least for a little bit. It shuts down and restarts every so often. Now, they may be like, I understand you paid $200 for this. I don't know how much the original tickets were. So maybe they'll let them charge $300. So maybe they'll still be expensive, but they won't be $600 plus $1,500 plus, they won't be as crazy if you don't buy them. Because here's the thing. Here's how it works. They do have people tracking these events, because I was on the inside asking them, talking to, seeing. I've been on the inside with artists talking about this, seeing how they work and stuff. But the thing is, what ticks off what I believe is probably an AI agent that then goes to the human being in real life at this day and age, is nobody buying tickets. So obviously they were completely sold out right off the bat. That happens as it is, whatever. But now the resale tickets, if they see a spike in people reselling tickets, but then nobody is buying them, there were 0 ticket sales from the day they went on sale, a week, 2 weeks, maybe even more, that's when the agent is going to notify someone, and they're going to be looking into it and seeing what they can do to fix it and making sure people aren't lobbying or getting too crazy with it. If you keep buying them just at whatever price they're sold because you think there's no other choice in this world and no other app in this world, that's part of the problem. You are kind of doing this to yourself. Obviously, not in the first place because you're not the one that asked to have them be sold out then resold for $600 plus. But if you left them alone and didn't buy them, or at least hit the brake pedal and waited, saw what was happening, see what happens, because as you see, there's still 50,000, that's half the stadium tickets being put on resale. So give it a second. You don't have to hop on them right away. That's when we could see change and we can see a fix. So no one but you can fix this at this day and age. I hate the ticket resellers too, but nobody but you can fix it by not buying them. And quite honestly, it is as simple as that. But with that being said, if you'd like, you can also check some other ticketing apps, Doesn't seem, because I was doing a little research for this piece here, doing a little research for this bit, this thing we're doing, this segment, that's a better word for it. It doesn't seem like many other places are all that cheaper. Some are maybe 100 to 200 cheaper. That's still $450 for some of the worst seats up there. But regardless, you can look at other places or just put your foot on the brake for a minute. Maybe not all the seats were actually even put up for sale in the first place, and more are gonna come out, alright? We'll figure it out together. We'll figure it out as a group. I'll keep providing you updates. And I've heard it before. That's enough from you. Get it? That means that's my time. So with that being said, I'm going to hit you with one more song here, and then I am going to be on my way. And I'll see ya probably just next weekend. Regardless, check back, chewingonthewire.com. And then you can see when we upload episodes. And when we're live, whether it be on our YouTube or on the iHeartRadio app, I don't have my bell. So we'll just give that a round of applause. Or should I say round of applause, because Max the cat is right here sleeping, not paying any attention. With that being said, again, I'm going to hit you with one more song, chewingonthewire.com, 4 more, Skids Official on Instagram if you want to follow me. And I'll see you next time.